What is up, everybody? I am Riley, your host for the Rebellionist podcast. Now, guys, this is my life philosophy. I have always been a rebel. I have always been defiant against society and groupthink. I have never fit in. No matter where I've gone, I've just never really fit in. And it's taken me a long time to accept that, but the older I get, the more appreciative I am of this nature because what I see is insane. So, this is just going to be a podcast of my thoughts, nothing more, nothing less. And I'm always open for dialogue and differences of opinion. This is how I grow, and it is my philosophy. It is to think outside of the box because being a rebel is refusing to be in a box. So, guys, with that being said, these are just some thoughts I have written down. Please enjoy them, as this is my first time ever sharing my thoughts with anyone in the public setting. In terms of my writing, you guys know I share my opinions on matters on X, but there's a difference between a writer sharing their intimate thoughts and someone just sharing a more shallow opinion online. Now let's get into it. It seems to me that when I look around at my fellow man, they are lost in a dream that is very much real, illusionary, and deceives. Each day, we get up when the rooster crows, prepare our coffee, head off to our masters, exchange our time for petty coins, return home, shower, eat if possible, then sleep. Where is the life in that? Each hour, each minute and moment, in today's times, we escape whenever we can. We do not like what we see around us, how we live our lives, the tightened grip of government control over our freedoms. We witness and stand by each day voicing our opinions on a digital world. A world that only comes to life when the outside world follows suit. When the outrage of another's suffering finally transcends our numb dopamine-filled minds, only then through compassion we will find salvation through disobedience and rebellion. In today's times, we are holding on to some form of escapism. Either people go to church or people go into their digital worlds. The suffering we all seek to run from is universally the same. Each day in this autonomous machine-like world, we feel death at our heels and in our souls, and even in our minds. The cog of this machine is smothering our potential. We must rebel against the outside world gripping on our throats with its violent indifference. We must stand for ourselves, or else we truly become the brief candles upon the world stage. Our flame is out before the wax dwindles to its bottom. Hell, some of us don't even get to melt any wax with how the world treats us today. We allow people to disrespect us in order for us to survive. That's the thing. We are surviving, not living. In that feeling of knowing one is stuck in a perpetual cycle, which requires him to sacrifice pieces of his humanity, it is only at the brink of losing the last piece of himself that rebellion takes its course in our veins. The soul's self-defense mechanism. We must exert self-authority if we are to meet death with our honor, integrity, and dignity intact. We reject these intrusions of life at our core. When rebellion and disobedience fills our blood, mind, and essence, we realize that in life, there is something worth fighting for, worth dying for, and that is for ourself. How can one remain in silence for so long? when injustices are done to him and to those around him? What is the only thing he has left? If he has kept his spirit alive, he will feel the fires of rebellion stir in him. To remain silent is to remain complicit against the atrocities done to the soul, to his fellow brothers, and to his overall self. Now, before all of this, he accepted his role in the machine, accepted the higher prices on goods, the Passover on the promotion he worked so hard for, the infidelity or abuse from his family, friends, and partner. He accepted being part of the downtrodden, with or without any consent on the matter. But when does he declare enough is enough? What event will trigger the inevitable reaction of rebellion? To me, we find God by taking the role of the devil. It is through love we show defiance in the face of authority. It is love that causes us to transcend our common nature to reveal the spark of the soul's courage. That spark is rebellion against whatever authority that has infringed upon their self or their loved one's existence. It is only this emotion, whether it is for a woman, self, or a cause, we face death fearlessly. Pride before the fall, disobedience before the ascent, is what I believe in. We rebel in order to right wrongs, to bring out a change to an order that is hurting us and those like us. With this, we become an aware being experiencing life's vicissitudes. Presented with the change, he must fight to keep the spirit of his being. He may conquer or he may impose himself, depending on the severity of the cause at hand. With this being said, one will intentionally endure suffering and pain for the sake of preserving his integrity and honor against a powerful foe hell-bent on limiting his freedoms. These are universal themes that have been in our myths, legends, and religions. Good versus evil, the just versus the unjust, the right versus the wrong, us versus them. Love and disobedience is rebellion for love itself. But with that, it creates lives, it saves life, but it also can take life. We must understand we have been programmed to be disobedient and to rebel. Think about all those times when you came to age as a teenager and all these abstract concepts and different ideas start to formulate and you didn't like what your parents were saying, how they ran the house, and you wanted change. Don't you find it interesting that puberty, our coming to age, we become disobedient, we rebel? But with that being said, guys, this is just how I feel about the world. I know some of you guys don't feel the same, but I have felt this way my entire life. And I look forward to expanding on this philosophy and going deeper into it. But until next time, guys, peace and blessings.